Okay, so I've opened this document that I've been working on before, and I notice when I read through it that there's some things here that are underlined in red, and I look at them and I spot that maybe I haven't spelled some names correctly, and I notice as well I haven't put capitals for when you give the name of a person. You need to put a capital, so this document I need to go and change it. Okay, so I'm going to open this in the desktop app. So that means that at the moment, if you look up here, I'm on the internet, so we're making changes in the internet. And we'll do some of the changes here, but just you find that it can be a little bit slower to do it on the internet. So you might be quicker working on this on the desktop. And then when you're finished, saving it into the OneDrive. So I just start off and I'll just change some of them here on the internet, and then we're going to open the desktop app and continue our work. So Andy Farrell, I want to change the A and the F in Andy Farrell to capitals. So I'm going to just click just after the A for Andy. It's flashing there now, and I'm going to delete the small a and put in the big A. Now, how do I put in a big A? I found on the keyboard that on the bottom left and right hand corners, just above those on the second line, you should find on most keyboards a larger key, usually with an arrow pointing up. So what I did was I pressed the key, the arrow pointing up, and then I pressed the letter key. So that allows me to have the capital version rather than lower version of that. So I'll just try that again. So I've got a Farrell, I'll delete Farrell, I press down the key that has the arrow pointing up, and I press capital F for Farrell. Okay, there's a few more that I need to change. So I'm going to continue this now by opening the desktop app. I just find it can be a little bit quicker to do this on the desktop app. Okay, right, so I want to open Word, and okay, so hopefully down here you can see that the circle is going around there now. So what it's trying to do is it's trying to open Microsoft Word for me. And what we're going to do is we're going to think about some of the other keys that maybe we might use that we mightn't use very often. So you're used to using the letter keys and the comma and the full stop keys, but we're going to look at some of the other keys in my use. So we might put in some symbols into it, like question marks, exclamation marks. One that sometimes people find a little bit difficult is the symbol for the euro, which some people can find hard to put in. Now notice on my machine there is a little bit of a delay here with us opening Microsoft Word. That can happen sometimes, okay? Just be patient, okay? Now notice it says up here it's homework docx read only. So that means I can look at it but I can't make any changes to it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to save this temporarily. I'm going to save it on my desktop so that I can make changes, and when I'm finished I'm going to drag it and drop it into my OneNote or OneDrive so that I can go and update what I've already got. Okay, so I'm just going to click on File and Save As. So I'm going to save it as a different name. Okay, so I'm going to browse here, click Browse, and I'm going to work on this and save it on my desktop. Okay, so I have a number of places and desktop comes up there. Okay, and I'm going to, because I've already got a file called homework, I'm going to update it because this is going to be the latest version. So I'm just going to say homework version 2. Okay, so this is the later version of my homework. Okay, so I'll know that the other one I'm going to be able to get rid of. So back to this. So I click on the after Rob, okay, and I get rid of or and underline Rob Kearney. Okay, same thing there for the K. IRFU, we see that. Okay, capital I or few, and I've been holding down that key with the up arrow there. Okay, so we've got Kaylin Doris. We have the same problem there. A lot of these I'm spotting these because they're underlined in red. Now there's nothing wrong with Kaylin, it's just my dictionary doesn't know that. Okay, and the next one, I just know that word Kaylin, it's an unusual word. And then back here to Andy Farrell. F for files, let's fix that. And finally the FAI, and it says FAI, and they're currently 55 in debt. So I'm going to say 55M for million, okay? And I want to put a symbol in front, the euro symbol in front, okay? So how did I do that? I pressed Control, Alt, and 4. So if you look at your number keys, you'll see above, I'll do this now, if I just go down to the end of my line here just so we see it, if I press the up arrow, if I press the number 3, I get 3. If I press the up arrow, I get 3, where I get the pound symbol, which is on the higher part of the same key. If I go 4, press 4. If I go up, press the shift key, which is the one with the arrow pointing up, and I press number 4, I get the dollar symbol. So neither of those which I want. So I wanted the euro symbol, so I press Control, Alt, and the number 4. When you can see there's a little euro symbol on the number 4. So I've now saved my work. So I've worked on my work here now. I need to tell the app on my desktop that I want to save it. So I click on Save, and remember this is called Homework version 2. I'm just going to go up here and minimize it, okay? Because I want to get rid of that. That's the previous version. Where is this thing that I was working on? You can see it's on the desktop there, and it's Homework version 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put Homework version 2 into my OneDrive. So I already had in OneDrive I had English open, okay, and I'm going to drag it in there. Now what I'll do is, just so that we can see it, I'm just going to close that just for a second. I'm back here. So here's my OneDrive. There's my home page, OneDrive. Click on OneDrive, and it should bring up my different subjects. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy or drag this file that I've created here. I'm going to drag that into my English folder. So here's my English folder here. So double click on that, and that will bring that up. And I'm going to just drag my homework in. Okay, so that's another way. I'm just trying to show you different ways of of doing this work. So homework has been dragged in. Let's just see, is it coming up there now? Homework version 2. Let's check again. Oh, I'm getting a... Okay, so I'm going to upload homework version 2. So I'll click on upload. Actually there, I think it might be coming up there now. Yeah, so homework version 2 is coming up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get rid of the previous version so there's no problem. So here, these are the actions, the things I can do with the old file that I don't really want anymore. So I click on these buttons here, and I can open it, I can share it, okay, I can make a link so that I can get other people to be able to have a look at my work for me. I can email to my teacher if I liked. I can download it, and in this case I want to delete it. I don't want this anymore. Okay, so that's some more work on using Microsoft Word.